everyone, this is Alison. Hope everyone is doing relatively okay at home. Today I was supposed to be at a great initiative by Interior Health called Baby Talk, teaching infant massage, but unfortunately, for obvious reasons, it was cancelled. So I thought I would take the time and make a video so that you could all see it. Infant massage is fantastic for babies and for the parent giving it. It doesn't have to be just mama. It can be dad or grandma and grandpa, but it's a fantastic way to connect with your baby as well as help your anxiety levels drop. After just 6 seconds of skin-to-skin contact with anyone, our body starts to release certain levels of dopamine, which is super wonderful to help bring down anxiety, help calm both people touching. And so this year is a great time to help calm some of those anxieties. So with infant massage, it is not as long as an adult massage. So often babies can only take like 10, 15 minutes tops of massage. So don't feel like you have to spend an hour massaging your baby because they're little. There's not a lot to them. So just a few minutes in each section often is enough. Often babies don't need a lot of oil. Their skin is really soft, but if you want to use oil, you can. Try to stay to like edible oils, coconut oil, olive oil. Those absorb a little bit nicer into the skin. Lotions, petroleum-based lotions tend to sit on top of the skin, and then heat can't escape quite as easily. So we want to use things that will absorb nicely into the baby's body, and it'll be nice and comforting. Now, one of the big things that you want to watch for is when you always want baby to enjoy the massage. So if they're showing any negative cues, so a negative cue would be crying in an obvious one, pulling their arm or leg away from you, turning their head away, those things are signs that they don't want a massage, and that's okay. So we just stop. It's not a big deal if they don't want one now. Maybe they'll want one later. So those are sort of the beginning little bits. The next bit, before I kind of dive into it, is when you have a massage, when adults have massage, massage therapists tend to go from far away and then flush towards the heart. With babies, it's not as important to do that. Often when babies are laying, their legs are up in the air, their arms are up in the air, and so the blood is draining nice and easily for them. They don't necessarily need the help to get the blood back to their heart. And so you can, whichever way is more comfortable for you and for baby. Sometimes baby legs up, sometimes baby legs down, but it's not as important as with adults, okay? And while you're watching this, if you have questions, you can throw them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them as I see them, okay? So we have our nice little baby here. Before we start, we want to make sure they're nice and comfortable. So if you can do it in, sometimes after bath is nice, somewhere where the room is a little bit quieter, it will just be a little bit more enjoyable, a little bit more relaxing for babe. So before we start, we want to show baby that we are getting ready. So often we like to rub our hands. We just go, okay, baby, we're ready to start, letting them know. As you do this more often, they will start to recognize that, as with anything. And so if they are in a point where they don't want a massage, that's okay. They're gonna start crying and fussing and not want it. But if they do, they'll start smiling and get excited for it. So we're gonna start with the legs. And it's a little tricky with the camera, but I will do my best to demonstrate. You don't have to start with the legs. The leg is just where I like to start. And so what we'll start with is we're just gonna do a general flush. So we hold the ankle, we're gonna bring our hand up to the hip, and then bring it back down. Bring our other hand back up to the hip, and bring it back down. This is just a nice, easy flush. It's a nice relaxing motion. You're going both up and down. It's really lovely. Another one you can do is like you're rolling a Play-Doh snake. It's called rolling. And you can roll baby's leg, roll a baby's leg. I'm obviously holding baby for the camera. Mostly you'll have them in front of you and doing it down here. It's kind of tricky to hold them on your lap, so don't feel like you have to do this. Another nice one on their feet. So bring their feet and using your thumbs, you're just gonna draw nice big circles all over on the bottom of the foot. Now you can do lots of singing with this. This is a really great time to both sing with your baby and massage them. I'm going to apologize. I do not have a fantastic singing voice, and it's taking everything I have in me to do this on video, but here we go. So this is Garden Snail. This is the song that I like to sing with when massaging legs, all right? Slowly, slowly, very slowly goes the garden snail. Slowly, slowly, very slowly up the garden trail. Quickly, quickly, very quickly goes the little mouse. Quickly, quickly, very quickly into his wee house with a little tickle. And that's about as long as you want to spend on a limb. So you can do the other leg the same way. Now the arms are about the same. Neither of my children particularly liked the arms, so I don't usually teach it. But the arms we work the same way. And then just doing a little bit, you can do right at where your shoulder meets, you can do a little bit of nice, just taking your finger and just rolling it over, just nice and gentle. Now the next one, and this is one of the most effective massages, is we're gonna do some abdomen massage. This one is great for constipation, some colic, gas. There's lots of things that this one is really great for. My children still ask for abdominal massages all the time. And so this is the only one that we always want to make sure that we're going in one direction. So this is, we always want to go with the flow of digestion. So we want to be going clockwise. And so we can do circles depending on how big baby is. You can do one hand, or you can do a full sun and moon going with both hands. And so always going in clockwise, digestion goes, your large intestine goes up, across, and back down onto your right hip. So always want to be flowing with that. Another nice one is starting right at the collarbone, and it's called a paddle wheel. So paddling down all the way to the top of the diaper. So paddle wheel down all the way to the top of the diaper. Good. And you can also, and this one a lot of people have seen before, a bicycle pump. So you can do 2 legs, bringing the first couple, baby might resist the knees. So just gentle, don't force it, but eventually they'll start to like it. And you can do 1 leg at a time as well. So you can do up and down. Awesome. So that's a really great one. And again, you don't want to spend more than 2 or 3 minutes there. Babies don't need a lot of work when it comes, or they don't need a lot of time in one area because their bodies are pretty little. So that's a really great one. The next one we're going to do is just a little bit on their back. So you can hold baby like this. So you can see the nice seam. We're going to take our 2 fingers on either side of the seam. We're going to go up. That's their spine. You're just going to move your fingers back and forth all the way up. You can go all the way one side of the neck, all the way to the other. This is a good one for the itsy bitsy spider. So here we go. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. All right, and again, that's the back. So the last one we're going to do is along the face. And I would love to tell you that this is an instant fall asleep massage. If it was, I would not look as tired and I would always use it on my children. Unfortunately, there's no magical cure for getting them to go to sleep. But this one, when they are getting to that point of their eyes are kind of drooping, it looks like they're forcing themselves to stay awake, this is a great one to just kind of close those eyes. So you're going to take your thumb or your finger and just go across on the eyebrows. On either eyebrow. On either eyebrow. And we're going to come down between the bridge of the nose, down to your nose, and on the eyebrow. And the slower you do it, the more calming it is. And often you'll see their eyes start to flutter down to close. Okay? So those are the basics. I hope that you've learned something. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them on the comments below. I know these are times that we are all trying to make connections, and this is our way of trying to connect with you guys. So good luck, and we're excited to see everyone once we open back up. All right, bye.